welcome back to another one of my videos. And I don't know how long this one's going to be, but I'm just going to tell you everything we've done since you last seen this truck, because we didn't video what we've done last because we didn't know what we were doing, really, so we just wanted to do it and get it done. We didn't want to take the time to video that because, like I said, it's our first time doing it and we didn't know what we were doing. So now I'm going to try to get you up to date on it, and let's hope soon it'll be road ready. Yeah, let's hope that. Okay, so first thing to get us off is I painted the drive shaft and the rear pumpkin, finally. And then along with that stuff, I also I put the rear brake lines together. And you guys seen that in a short. I put that on a short, so if you haven't seen that, go and check it out. And then our next biggest thing, we had it on wheels by then. That was on another short, so go check that out if you haven't seen it. But yeah, we got it on its wheels, and then we did that. And then I decided to. Then we had to get the gas tank in. But before I get to that, I want to show you another thing we did, which was the exhaust pipes. That was a big hassle in itself because the old flanges to go against the headers were pretty rough, in real rough shape. So we got new like ends for it, adapters or whatever you want to say, because it goes from like it reduces down, the pipe does. See, it comes from the header, which is 4 of those pipes on each side. It's a dual header, everything. So it comes down from each cylinder, so 4 pipes. It goes into one right here at the very end, and then it goes from there and it reduces down to this size pipe right here. And so we got a new reducer, or a new adapter, which had a really good front flange on it, and it came with these new clamps here. And so then we cut the end of the old pipe. Here we took that flange off of it, and then cut it down like parallel with the pipe, and then we split it open a little bit, heated this up, and pushed that new adapter in and fit it in, and then we welded it together. Dad did all this stuff, and so then we did that on both sides, and it didn't turn out too bad, I would say. The passenger side muffler had rusted through on the bottom and everything, but this side, the driver's side, was good. But the passenger side, like I say, had rusted through, and so what we had to do is what Dad did is he welded that up too. So we got that covered. I don't know. We didn't want to replace really any of that stuff with new parts because we didn't know how it was going to work, because there was also a hole in the header, and we tried to patch that by welding it, and there was still a little hole in it by the time Dad got done welding it. And so we had this other extreme heat, like gap filler or whatever. So it was for exhaust systems. So we put it in. We put that, it's like a cream when you put it out of the tube, and then it'll harden and stuff. But So we put that in that little hole, and it should be good. Then our next big thing was tackling the gas tank, the new one to put in. Now, I watched a video to do this, so we knew how to do it. And if you guys would like to see that video, I'll try to get it in the link in the description down there. But I don't know if I can, so we'll see. If I can't, I will tell you in the video right here. And then, anyways, we put the tank in. It's got these straps down here. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but we actually put the bolts for those straps through the holes in the tank too, because it has a edge there, and then we put it through the straps too, the bolts. Two there, put some rubber washers here, kind of to help with vibrations and everything, and see the frame is doubled up right here towards the end of the tank. You can't really tell from up here. I can't get you a good view, but it's doubled up around here, but then it's only one the rest of the way. It's not doubled up anymore in the rest of the way. That's on both sides, and so, I mean, it kind of would have been hard to put it on straight and everything if we wouldn't have had those rubber washers in. We did that on this side, except for this side, we put hooks in, which is also, the hooks came with the tank. And so then all we need to do is loosen the nut on the bottom, and then you should be able to take those straps down, swing them down, along with the gas tank. It should be able to come off. So if you ever need to access the gas tank in the future with the bed on, it's way easier because you don't have to take the bed off. So we also have the new sending unit that we got, and then we had some fuel line, and we ran that to our new aluminum line that we got, and we actually ran the new aluminum line all the way up to the engine, or up to the fuel pump pretty much. And then there was 3 extra holes besides the filler one in the fuel cylinder. There's 3 extra, like, what do you want to call it? Spots where you could put a hose on. And we're guessing a couple of them were probably for, like, fuel-injected engines where they have a return line coming back. And then the other one's for a breather, like this. And so we did this with the ones that are probably for, like, the return lines or whatever. We just plugged them off, clamped a piece of hose down to the tank part, and then put a bolt in there and clamped them down real tight too. So they're not coming out either. Neither of them are coming out, so that's good. That should be permanent, technically. This, of course, this filler is not permanent because we're going to have the bed on here and it's going to have to go way out, wherever. And that's another thing. We probably won't have that on video either because we just want to get it done. School starts soon and I can drive by myself, so I want to be driving this then too. So I'm trying to get this done. We don't know what we're doing exactly, so we just are not messing with videoing at that time. But anyways, then for the breather, we did this tube out to here to this fuel line filter. That's just because we didn't want to get dirt in it. But we do have a plan for the fuel line, or like the filler. And so we had an old van, GMC van, and we took off the filler for that. And we're gonna put the breather into that little pipe there. And then of course we're gonna have the filler hose going into the big one here. And so we're figuring that out too. But yeah, that's for another time. I'll explain all that once we get that done. But for now, this is what it looks like. The filler neck will have a longer hose and everything, like I say. It'll all hopefully work out. So that's that. And we need to run the fuel sending wire from the cab, because it was in the cab, for the old fuel sender, in the old tank that was in the cab. And so it was like routed from, it went underneath the mat, here, I'll just show you. It went underneath this, come out where this wire was, and it went underneath all the way along there and into the fuse box down there. And so we ran it out of the cab, and then we got another wire, a wire that's like, that would work for it. And so we said, well, we had plenty of wires, so we're like, let's just connect the new wire into the fuse box and run it all the way to the back here and up to here, and then splice it into this, the old end of that one, because it has this special end that looks like that, and it goes onto that rod there. And so we're like, well, we don't have a different end, let's just splice it, I guess. We didn't like to splice it, because the less splices you have, the less problems you're probably going to have. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So, along with that, we also ran this, another wire here, this cable with more than one wire in it, of course. We ran that for trailer brakes, because, or not trailer brakes, just trailer plug-in anyways. I mean, it'd be trailer brakes and other things, but we don't have trailer brakes on this truck unless we put a unit on it. But as of now, we just ran it in case we wanted to put a trailer plug in there, which we probably will at some point. And then for the ground for the fuel sender, I had to grind away some of the paint. I hated it, but I got that paint wired or sanded off, and then there was a hole here already, so I just grabbed a screw, or actually it was a bolt that was long enough and skinny enough to fit in there, and I was able to fit it in there and put the nut on the bottom and tighten it up real good. It's not coming loose at all. And so that's the fuel tank. So now that we've actually ran it and everything with this new fuel tank on. So that all works. So then after we ran it, we wanted to drive it around too sometime, because otherwise we're like, well, if it doesn't drive, then what's the purpose of working on the bed and the lights and the electrical and putting the bed on and stuff if it doesn't even move? Like, you gotta do something then. I mean, so we're like, okay, we're gonna try driving it. We knew the rear end was gonna be light, so we didn't want to try to do it when it was way there. I don't know where it completely ended for sure. I accidentally hit a button with my thumb and stuff. Whatever. And so anyways, like I was saying, we wanted to drive it, but we couldn't drive in the rain, especially because we didn't want it to be wet out there. And we drove it because there's no bed on it, so it's really light in the rear end. And it's only a two-wheel drive and everything. So we wanted to wait for it to dry or stop raining, which at the time it was raining, so we couldn't drive it the same day we got it running. But another day we got it. It was nice out. It was really hot. It's been really hot lately. But we got it started, and I put it in reverse to back it out of the shop, and it didn't move. It didn't even act like it wanted to move. Nothing. There was nothing. And so my dad checked the transmission fluid, and there was nothing on the stick, on the dipstick for that. So we had some, and he put some in. Then we had a little bit more, and we had a whole bottle, or a whole quart, and then a little bit more. He put both of them in, and it still wasn't completely to the level, but we figured it'd probably be good enough that we could actually drive it. And then we started it up. I think it might have been running the whole time. I think it was running the whole time. But anyways, I put it in reverse, and it actually did something that time, which is nice. It was awesome. But we put it in reverse, backed it down. There's a little grade here at the back of our shop, and it's rocks, big rocks and little rocks and everything. We tried to build it up as best as we could, but I backed it up, and I couldn't go any further because our bed was in the way for this. And then I went to go forward, and it just spun the tire, and then it dug itself a nice hole and got stuck, of course, right away. And so then I had it in drive yet. I left it in drive, and my dad was getting stuff, trying to get me out, and it didn't get out. So we had to go get the side-by-side, and then he had to look for tow straps and stuff. But then by that time, it was getting really hot. Like, it was in the red. It was really hot. And I didn't like it, so we turned it off. Well, I put it in park and then turned it off. Part of the reason it might have got hot was because it was in drive. Another part of the reason it might have got hot, it was just really hot outside. It was probably it was over 100 heat index for sure. It felt like 110 probably with the humidity. So it was really hot already. So, and it wasn't getting any airflow through it because we weren't driving it. I mean, it was getting wet from the fan, but that's sometimes not enough. We're hoping that's why it was getting hot, is that it was just sitting there. Then also, I mean, it's kind of, the engine's dirty too, so that didn't help probably either. Getting that dirt on there and that stuff, it was probably holding in the heat. I mean, the radiator got dust on it too. That probably didn't help. None of that probably helped. There's dust in the hood, everything. It was probably just all kind of a combination of things, is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping it's not a problem with it, that it's overheating like that. I hope it doesn't keep doing that. I hope it was just that one time. But anyways, we turned it off. We hooked the side-by-side up with a tow strap, and the side-by-side pulled it out of the spot in neutral. I didn't have it running because I didn't want it to, we wanted to let it cool down. And then we pulled it up onto the driveway, and we let it sit there. Dad went into town, got some more transmission fluid, and a little bit more antifreeze, because for some reason, the last couple times we've started it, it's been going through antifreeze a little bit. The antifreeze keeps going down. And what we're hoping is it's just air in the lines, but we don't know for sure. And if it isn't, then I don't know what it is, because our first thoughts was, oh no, there's a crack in the block or something, and it's getting into our oil, and it's going into our oil. Well, the oil isn't going up though. So the antifreeze is going down, the oil isn't going up, and there's no leaks under the truck, there's nothing. So we don't know where the antifreeze is going if it isn't just air in the lines. So we're hoping it's just air in the lines. Otherwise, there could be a major problem. I don't know. But that's what we're hoping. And the only way we're going to find out, though, is if we keep running it. So, and we're just going to keep plugging away at the project. And I guess, I don't know, if there is a problem with the engine, then we'll have to decide on something, but we'll have to see. But for now, I'm hoping it's good. So where was I in the story? Oh yeah. My dad went to town, got that stuff, came back, we let it cool off there. We put more antifreeze in it because it was a little low. Like I say, it's been getting that way for some reason. Sure hope it isn't a problem. But then we also put more transmission fluid in it. We started it up, of course, then, because you're supposed to have it in park while running for the transmission fluid to be accurate on the dipstick. So we started it up, and then Dad put transmission fluid in it and got it to where it needed to be. And then we drove it down our driveway a little ways and then back up. We got a pretty long driveway, so it's kind of nice to test drive this. And yeah, it drove fine. The brakes are a little loose. You have to press it down quite a ways before it actually gets hard. And it's not like it's locking the brakes or nothing. It's not like it's airlocked or nothing. It's just, you know how I said those, the brakes there are self-adjusting supposed to be? Yeah, well, it's just, I think that we have to adjust it right yet. And the guy I watched to adjust it, he said, just drive it down the road, get it up to like 40 miles per hour, and then slow it down slowly to a complete stop, and do that like 12 or more times, or a couple more times than that. And just do that several times, and your brakes should self-adjust, hopefully. So I'm hoping that they do. And yeah. Anyways, you guys are probably getting tired of me rambling. I just wanted to get you updated on this. And yeah, I mean, I hope you guys like this. As you see, I made a intro for my videos now, so that's kind of nice. I mean, I don't know, I'm thinking I might want to do an outro here soon, sometime too. Maybe that'll be in this video, I don't know. But anyways, I'm figuring out this YouTube stuff more and more too, so the content's just going to keep getting better for you guys, I hope. Anyways, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to see the final results on this truck and everything. The worst part we have left is the wiring, probably. Get the box on, and then it's down to the wiring and figuring the wiring out for everything to work. Some of it's already been figured out. We've figured that out. We've got new windshield wipers on it too, by the way. But anyways, that's it for this one. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.